I'm going to get started here in a second. Woman just passed by, marched in with that very furious, there she is, angry energy. It is December 16th, 2024. So we'll talk for a little while. It's early in the morning. It's a Monday. I'm ready for another cup of coffee. Too many cups of coffee is not good for me. I'm going to turn the chat off here real briefly. We'll gradually get. Now, a follow-up video to this is so you're waking up that the world is ending or that civilization is in the crosshairs of something, and you're wondering how you got here. That's an alternative title that we'll get into later. Being a professional outsider, now it's giving me insight, special insight into humanity. And protecting me. So special insight from humanity, and it protects me. Because if you end up in a world where you end up with all the diamonds, all the jewels, the girlfriends, the sex, it can corrupt you. So that means you too, although I've always had this idea, I'm just entertaining it more, chose this experience of being born with the race, body, combination of race, whatever you call it, then it's potentially for a reason. But what it tells me is that I'm tasked with, well, for one thing, advocating for myself. It makes me wonder about all my past lives, what lives I've lived as far as helping people, teaching people, but what I have to learn here on this planet, as well as others, and what other lessons are going to be awaiting others that are on the super dark side right now, like future lifetimes on Earth look pretty precarious and screwed up. And so I'm trying to help people. It's like Beetlejuice. You like Beetlejuice, right? Most people do. There's the handbook for the dead. I think that I'm like the handbook for the living. And so when I'm at the gym, I'm going to try to stay focused here. I don't know how long I'm going to go, probably 20 minutes to 30 minutes. And then I want to flow to other topics, not about me, but that are covering geopolitics later on today. I'm going to try to make some changes and use my software to stream so I can have more production. A lot of people don't identify with a reality where you're in a body where people are wondering what race you are. It's a very alien experience. You know what I mean? And it's not something that most people are going to want to sit around and listen to. A couple of people just left the stream, but that's predictable, is predicted, is something that a lot of people don't want to hear. All right. But when I work out, like today, I was focused way more on being neutral and being observant of everything and everyone around me, but reminding myself, don't be sad that you're not their friend's girlfriend, boyfriend. They're not like you. They're of a different sort. You're just working out in their space, and they're working out in your space. In fact, one of the females that walked in when I was doing a workout thing and then walked out promptly, she had a sweatshirt on today at Los Angeles. Of course, there is a special frequency around people from California. You know, they are special, I'll say. LA. On the note of that, it is interesting to see the tornado in San Francisco with Leon Legant warning about earth changes of an extreme kind around San Francisco, major earthquakes before the World War III China-Russia invasion. He talked about a massive earthquake that would devastate San Francisco, and it looks like there may be warning signs with the recent earthquake. But basically, humanity is very much locked in a tribalistic mindset of what are you, and that determines, like it or not, whether or not they feel safe. And it's one thing to determine what people are and to use your psychic abilities, if you have any and you're developing, to detect if they are under the spell for your own self-preservation. There is a difference, and I want you to know it and identify it within your own consciousness between being a racist, right? What race are you? And generally being concerned for your own safety and not necessarily marginalizing all people of a certain group as a certain way. Like, for example, you can be Middle Eastern, part Middle Eastern, and see like a group of Arabs or Middle Eastern people and basically be concerned for your own safety if they're acting like hoodlums, if they have a bunch of like demon women around them and they're playing a bunch of nasty hip hop, then it's rational basically for you to be concerned. Okay, if they're acting like, so it's not racism when it's behavior that's the issue. Okay, and so like when I'm there and I'm working out, I'm aware that there is like, you know, a collection, and none of them have been invited to this channel, but I wore my T-shirt so they can come to the other channel if they want to. But basically, well, I'm distracted by traffic. I'll talk about my workout today. Also, I'm not putting you or others down when I just state from an intellectual, aware, educated perspective that certain demographics commonly seen in society today that are in their own little echo chamber, i.e. whites and blacks, they are way more comfortable, like in environments like the gym, the grocery store, places like that, than you would expect. It's very chummy because social media, and that's fine. That's fine. Be chummy. Hey, celebrate good times. They are too. And I see it a lot. It's like a reunion. Hey, how you doing? High five. And the people that are like else, I'm the only person that I would identify to be like a brown person that's not Latino. Okay, and not Hindu or fully Hindu. The only one that's mixed race, that's not like half black, half white, which is attractive. However, there is a social engineering afoot. And so when people ask, what is your nationality? They're not all asking from a curiosity perspective in real life. Okay, some people are on the hunt for a partner, and some people are really turned on by certain ethnicities more than others. And it's very fashionable. I don't know if you can hear the music. It's very fashionable for certain people to get it on. It's trending, y'all, on TikTok. Asians and Latinos, other groups will trend on purpose, and they can make things trend by design while leaving, in reality, the black woman in many cases alone. The white man in many cases, some of you, alone. While the black man in many cases is never alone. You see, what has created and why this extreme imbalance? And how is this fair? How is this celebrating diversity? How is this celebrating body positivity? How is this not the absolute of body negativity? And what type of future I'm saying is when people ask, and one woman did, and I uploaded that interview, what I think that she was interested in, she was curious, but some of them, it's a sexual thing. Like, what are you? Because to some black people, if I say I'm white or just white, then hey, yay, okay. When I start going down the route of what you already heard, and what a lot of people turn away from and don't want to hear, flinch when I get into my life story. That's not sexy. That's not something that's going to impress your peers. Yeah, and go on and on. I've told the story many times about Oppenheimer Ranch in Bagosa. He flipped out on me just when I stated I'm sensitive to jerks asking me what race I am. Then he turned around like I was attacking him when I visited him in person, which was just like horrifying. To then see that people will then attack and verbalize when you show like a weakness or a trauma. They'll add on to that trauma by acting like you're attacking them, by just sharing your story. Do you get that? Hopefully you get that. Feel free to like when you like arrive. And let me just change the topic real quick and talk about how I'm trying to increase my sets at the gym without overworking and realizing that I got to rest every 2 to 3 days. And I got to stop hitting the heavy bag. And I got to do more heavy weights and cardio. So I did 26 minutes of cardio, which is my record. And I did 26 minutes of cardio today on a day in which I hit my record of 44 that I know of views with 14 likes that I know of. 14 likes, 44 views. No, I'm sorry, live views at one time. Way more views than that. What I'm saying is there are some positive signs from just this morning that I should come back to my main channel and crank out a lot of content. I'll try not to get oversensitive to questions like that if they're innocent. But in my world right now, in my shoes, I have a lot of experience telling a lot of people about my experience, even Arabs and Muslims being, talking about my white mom. And I've seen how they don't care and shy away from it. So there is a programming, whether you call it a cultural programming or a nice full moon. Yeah. You too. Thank you. Oh yeah, it's nice. It's warm. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna get. Yeah, there's a full moon. There's some articles out there about the full moon having something yesterday. It was full at 4:00, 4:03 in the morning, and the full moon has the strong effect over us for the days after and before. And so a lot of people that are in the mainstream conspiracy alternative media genre, they are locked into a particular frequency of understanding reality, and they have been spoon-fed so many different Stefan Molyneux inspired, Alex Jones inspired talking points that they don't really have it in their consciousness, mainstream conspiracy folks that I know of, to, as the song says, have a heart. Quite the opposite. Like, and like I said, like many years ago, it's like embarrassing, in fact, that I involved myself in such a genre that is so now controlled by him and the dark side. And so I'm really walking a tightrope to be a contrarian, question the official reality, question what's going on with the drones, warning about China, warning about these things, but to not be along with the mainstream conspiracy theory talking points, to be doing my own thing. Okay. Now, do I think that my spirituality and my specific bloodline combination can be and should be separated? On one level, yes. On no level, no. And to me, Mansory and Zoe Ansari, they have slightly different ancestry, so they're not quite like me. Okay? And who knows what it would have been like if I had brothers or sisters from the same mom or dad. There was a miscarriage, I believe, in 1977 and 1978, which was during the less active part of the solar cycle, I believe. I'm not sure the exact year. Okay? And I speculate about that. And then my grandmother, Ruth, she also had a miscarriage in the 1950s. Otherwise, she would have had 4 children. I've heard that that's a sign of good luck to have 4 children. But you see, this issue of people not knowing what you are, like at the gym or in the public space, and then that being the real reason why they trust, don't trust, see someone as a rapist, see someone as a friend, a potential friend, that's a very real thing. And most people, most of you, you'll never know what that's like unless you have a partner who's gone through that. Even you watching my channel is not enough for you to have the empathy to understand like what that's like, and how unfair it seems, and why it can feel like a curse. You know what I mean? And how even if someone says, like, it's nice, have a nice day, have a blessed day. That's nice. She said that. That's a nice moment. It was nice to have a lot of views, right? But is there going to be any community or unity out of those views? Is there going to be any, people will actually respect a person less, I think, in this genre also, if you're not pitching some sort of a product. Got a lot of lights here to protect myself against. I saw one person commenting at one point, well, this guy's an e-bagger, but this guy over here, Alex Jones, well, he has like products and stuff. What they're really saying is they like the Alex Jones shtick. They like Alex Jones' way of being, whereas they didn't like the other guy, and the other guy being somebody else. And so people have a real reason why they support Alex Jones. People like that. Stefan Molyneux, Aaron Doherty, people that are basically giants on social media in this era of giant worship, which is nothing new, but just going into hyperdrive with cell phones, with algorithmic manipulation, with dating app filters. It's all going to the next level in the takeover of human consciousness and society. And so perhaps my soul or spirit did choose this Jedi mission to come to Earth to see the really fucked up state that it's been in. The cell phones, like, I think the Patriot movement is like brainwashed. I know, right? Oh no, they're brainwashed or something. They think the wokers are anti-racist. The wokers are very racist. The woke movement is very racist. You heard it here first, or did you? No. I'm not. Okay, maybe there are parallels maybe between what I might say and Tucker and others on the right, but I'm mixed race. And in the end, these people that are so gung-ho about their ideology, they don't like people like me in the end. They don't talk to people like me. Okay, Bob Tuskin at the Free Your Mind Conference. Oh, we're going to bring it up. Bob Tuskin at the Free Your Mind Conference. We'll bring it up again, honey, in 2013. Looked at yours truly and said, oh, you're going to keep watching. In fact, you're going to call your friends to watch. 2 viewers. Get the hell out of here. Hey, bro, why are you so tan? Get the fuck out of here. Why are you so tan? Have you ever heard of the sun? And that's the thing. That's the culprit. That's what this coming down is do. The sun. I'm looking at you, moon. I'm looking at you. It's warm right now. It's warm. So what does the moon have to tell us? We are in that period of the full moon. And is this a period in which I am to complete my series and never talk to you again? Kick you out and go, this is your stop, 4th and Burnside. Get ready to walk these streets, honey. Or are we to take it to the next level? We are to take it to the next level. But don't expect me to hold back on sharing from my heart. Okay? And talking about a great number of things. But I know, a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about, like regarding this and what I'm going through, is best for a book, as YouTube and social media is not the most sympathetic. So I know I'm barking up the wrong tree. But you should never wonder why I'm not more successful. Because this obsession that people have exists in a lot of people in power and in authority that are in position to make decisions. That's why they're in the positions of being program director, manager, and that can influence someone. Oh, I like that name. Oh, that name sounds like it. You got to keep in mind, I'm choosing right now to not repeat things said in past videos about certain reasons why I'm sensitive to the last name. People that have been listening to every single podcast here and at Substack. And if you're not subscribed to Substack, but if you're a good person, demons be gone. In fact, unsub right now to this broadcast if you identify as a satanic demon who doesn't care about human trafficking. And that's how I identify as Satanist. That doesn't mean that you can save all the women. No. But we need to fight the human trafficking paradigm because we are rape victims. Oh, yes. We are human trafficking victims. And Satan is the ultimate. No, we are literally waking up in the cage. And so this is what a lot of men and women don't understand. But the women are motivated by it, so they should become conscious of it. Status is important, and it's humiliating to a woman if she's cast out. And I begin to think about these ideas of being cast out of a tribe or looking down upon someone when I went with Emily to a festival in 2006 in Oregon. And so even if some women may not seem evil or unconscious, right? And there's a lot of ways that they can break a heart without necessarily intending to, but it just being like their nature. You know, imagine going to like a festival, but like some traveling DJ comes through, some sort of, and then, all the attention goes to the DJ. And then while I'm tripping on mushrooms, it's like, yeah, you know what? I'm not attracted to you anymore. Well, wow, what a place to hear it. In nature, in water, tripping on mushrooms, that's fucked up. But the real underlying nature, why some people aren't attracted to some people, why they may not be able to orgasm, or may have more to do with the fact that the person has a low status in life, may be short. They basically, because the other person may be intuitive, always be in their eyes a bum without a house. And so to the other person with abilities, while they may seem really spiritual, they see that person as someone to not really waste time with and to move on and continue to keep their options open. And that's the reality of the situation. In this physical plane of existence, spiritual men that are outside the box of the normal trusted ethnicities can be left out of relationships, jobs, and housing. And your world, woke movement, patriot movement, conspiracy movement, has no honest knowledge of this and the existence of people like me. Okay, so I'll work on writing a book at some point. Okay. But there's always been denial, especially amongst those here on this channel. And it's a big wake-up call to me, as some people try to tell me in emails that this YouTube thing is dead. Another person said that YouTube, a lot of things are misconstrued, especially now. Absolutely. And there used to be, well, now we have 3 viewers. I could open up the chat again. I'm looking at the full moon. It's very powerful. And I'm thinking about the powerful content that I'm going to be creating as the day progresses, getting a little deeper into the drone investigation, and then looking at what's going on in Taiwan, if things are going to kick off there. There is the potential, but I'm not going to guarantee it. Okay. So we have 4 people watching. What I want you to consider, and what is what I deal with when it comes to the unseen realms. And so the question is, what type of human art thou? Isn't just something that a human has. You know that, right? It's something that the paranormal has an interest in too. So when you see me fighting back, affirming myself, if you think I'm just fighting back against humans or a human ideology or a Nazi ideology or a black supremacy ideology, no. It's an ideology of hate of certain types of humans that are different that I've been on the hunt to expose for a long time. And by being in this body for whatever reason, whether I chose it or otherwise, I am here to talk about it at a level that no other human chooses to. And there are other humans that may complain about this, that, and the other, but they may default back into, in their own way, worshiping certain types of humans over others in the end. Okay. So anyway, what I'm saying is I may have chosen this lifetime to say this. And a lot of people don't understand that concept, aren't even at that level of and so it is because of the experiences. This is a new thing that I haven't said in a while. It is because of the experiences that I've had with chat rooms exclusively that I've been giving insight into the real nature of what people are thinking in real life when they're glaring at me or staring at me awkwardly and not looking away. They are also thinking and burning their eyes into me. What race are you? Okay. I've said enough. You need to ask yourself, there's 4 people here. That's nice. I'd like to see a lot more people show up for the streams. You need to ask yourself, how would it feel if it was you? I'm going to start thinking about what's coming next with the next video. Stay tuned.